Kia ora guys, Bird here. Welcome to episode 17 of Thaumcraft for Addons. Last episode we explored the Outer Lands for a second time and we discovered the Primordial Pearl. That is the reward that is at the very end of the Outer Lands. There's this big room and there's this big boss battle that you have to do. It's pretty cool. And we almost died doing it as well with the big Crimson Cult boss there. So we went ahead and researched it as well, and we discovered in the Thaumic, if we go ahead and take a look in the Eldritch tab, that there's three different things right off the bat that you can make with it. We've got the Advanced Alchemical Furnace, Primordial Node Manipulation, and the Primal Crusher. They all sound amazing, but I guess what we need to do now is go through and research these things up to see which one we want to make first. So let's go ahead and get Advanced Alchemical Furnace first. Essentia Creation Simplified. It's a purchasable for 1 aurum, 1 precontatio, and 1 ordidor, 1 mereditio. So fairly cheap actually. So just go ahead and pick that up really quick, and there it goes. So what has it got to say? The standard alchemical furnace is fairly slow and requires fuel to operate. While neither of those are particularly difficult obstacles to you, the fact that it is unable to process large sources of essentia is something that cannot be ignored. Yeah, that's right. I mean, the internal buffer of the bog standard alchemical furnace can only do like 40-something, which is almost too big for some of the armors that you have to break, particularly down by the zombie grinder. Unfortunately, the instability of the essentia slurry it creates makes it dangerous to gather too much of it in one location. With the discovery of Primordial Pearls, you have found a solution to that problem. The Advanced Alchemical Furnace. Using alchemical constructs that have been strengthened with void metal and exposed to a Primordial Pearl's strange energies, much more slurry can be processed at once and at much greater speeds. The pearl is not consumed during the crafting process. That is an important thing to note right there. Awesome. Instead of fuel, heat is generated by Engi's Vis, and instead of relying on heat alone, Peroditio Vis breaks down objects almost instantly. Nice. Lastly, Aquavis keeps everything running smoothly and prevents the slurry from settling and causing problems. The machine requires a considerable amount of heat to function and requires a constant supply of Engi's Vis, even when not operating. Whoa. Peroditio and Aquavis is only used when the machine is smelting. Okay, so it's a multi-block structure. There it is. It requires 8 of these advanced alchemical constructs. Okay, I was wondering what that was. As well as basic alchemical constructs and 4 arcane alembics, and then you're just an alchemical furnace. And that is pretty dang expensive. So each of these, okay, is made with the Primordial Pearl, but it doesn't use it up, as I've been told by this Thaumic entry here. So okay, so you need to get 8 of those, so you need to do this crafting recipe twice, which means you need 8 of those and 8 void metal ingots to get 8 of those, okay. But so it needs a supply of aqua and peroditio essentia. I do have a way of getting aqua in the base. That's with the cactus that we break down. Oh, I guess this breaks down into peroditio too. Oh no, not that, cacti. So if there's a way to somehow channel these different ways, other than into the Elementum factory thing, that could be a thing, or I could just have another golem putting it into somewhere else as well, and then that would obviously need to come over here. So Advanced Alchemical Furnace, we don't really have a whole lot of space here to mess around with, increasing and changing things here, because the island, I built the island too small. Essentia Island's way too small. I should have built it bigger. It was fine at the time. Oh, I don't have jump boost. There we go. Put those on. Whoop! And that's a really low frame rate right there. Yeah, that is the first one of these out of the way. Very interesting. It doesn't use the Primordial Pearl up, so I'm a bit more tempted to get started with that one. Let's go ahead and have a look at these two. The Primordial Node Manipulation. This is a forbidden knowledge, and it costs the exact same as that guy, actually. Just rub them together and see what happens. So we picked up a bit of permanent warp. Well, that reminds me, you guys were saying to just quickly check the sanity checker as well to see how insane we are. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to that the end of that second gold thing. Not good. We may need to consider going into the warp stuff that's under alchemy, I believe. Yeah, this whole warp reducing stuff. But anyway, let's go ahead and read about the Primordial Node Manipulation. I'm kind of interested in this one. You've developed a bit of a wild theory that might be worth exploring. Why not bring a Primordial Pearl into contact with an aura node? Sure, bringing two such sources of raw magical energy into contact with each other might be catastrophic, but their interaction could also be highly interesting. While anyone can do this, you are sure that completing this research has slightly improved your chances of getting a good result. Very slightly, okay. So put them together, boom, I guess is what would typically happen, but that sounds interesting. I wonder what will happen. We'll have to mess around with that. And then we've got this one over here, the Primal Crusher. We actually need to get our scribing tools and paper, and I'm actually starting to run out of paper, aren't I? Yeah, but hopefully, well, I've got a whole bunch of sugarcane down there, so that should be okay. Alright, and here is the research note. It's just kind of pearly white grey sort of colour for it. Holy cow, that's pretty complicated. So we've got lucrum, perfoldio, instrumentum, perditio, vacuos, telum, and alienis. Oh my goodness. Well, let's see if we can get started with this. That connects to farmes. We could do something like humanus, because of perfoldio... Okay, so that connects to humanus and that. So maybe... So lucrums are that. Okay. And then farmes connects to that, but that won't connect to farmes, I see. So, okay, let's go... Maybe we can try humanus somehow. Or maybe what we should do is kind of wrap around this way. That might be the best thing to do. So I guess we'll start with this. Perfoldio, so we could go a terra, maybe. What about instrumentum? Doesn't that connect to terra? No, okay, that's got humanus right there. Oh, that connects to humanus as well. Of course it does. Okay, let's get started then. What about Vitreus? We could use Vitreus actually. So if we go a terra, do something like a terra Vitreus, and then ordo, that'll connect to these, and then we could use a permutatio right there to connect through perditio, and then vacuos right there. Right, I'm thinking tenebrae, possibly, but that doesn't really connect to anything else on the darkness side, other than those two things right there, so we might want to try something else. A spiritus, possibly. Mortuus. Now, vacuos is going to have to connect somehow. How are we going to break out of there? Maybe we need to go this way. What about Telum? Let's try getting from Telum. Okay, that's Engis and that. We'll have to use Engis, I suppose. So, where's Engis? Right there. Throw that down. I just want to save this just in case we need to break out of that with that. Okay. Yeah, it's just, we could use our looks actually. Connect that to looks like that, and no, those won't connect together. Okay, then we can go tenebrae, yeah. Throw tenebrae down like that. That'll connect those two together, that works. Yeah, that's cool. Glad I left that space there. So now I've got to bring these together somehow. Unfortunately, Jalum, Perditio and Ingis can connect together, but can't do that here. Medium could be a thing that we use here. Alienis. Alienis needs something. Yeah, okay, that needs our vacuos and tenebrae as well. Okay, so we're already using vacuos. We can't use tenebrae there. Okay, that's we got to rethink the strategy a little bit. What about, well, let's try others. So we have to go tenebrae here, so let's throw that down right there. Okay, and then that can connect to Luke's here. Yeah, like that, that's good. And then this guy, Lucrum, let's get that back out. So that's Farmes and Humanus, and Farmes... okay, that's vacuos. That probably won't work, actually. Humanus... Yeah. Spiritus with Spiritus. It's kind of convoluted, this one. It's a little bit more of a challenge to do it with just one aspect. We might have to break the rule here. I think I've only ever had to break the rule once when doing these researches. Sensus. Hold on. Sensus here. I'm thinking Sensus. If we do something like ire. Hold the phone. We might need ire to get out of there, actually. Is there anything? Let me just quickly check. We come over here to the basic information tab. I just want to see if vacuos is anything. Alienis. We're already using Alienis. Farmers. Okay, farmers might be what we need. Farmers. But farmers isn't in anything else. Farmers. Oh no, farmers is in Lucrum, okay. So Victus, okay. I think what we need to do is do something like farmers, and then we'll go Victus. Like that. Like this, and that's okay, that's our Pedidito and that connected up. Okay, but how are these two sides of the tree going to connect up? We've got to find a way to bring them together. But anyway, this dude over here, Spiritus. I want to do this around here like that. This is getting pretty complicated here, game. That's okay. Oh, well, you should be able to do Arbor and Ever. Actually, that should work. Yeah, good thinking. Good thinking. Read your brainwave. So that we're around there. Lucrum. Lucrum goes that, and then Cognitio. There we go. That's pretty complicated, but that's only one aspect of each type used, so we didn't have to break our one aspect challenge rule, self-imposed. Very cool. So this is the Primal Crusher, breaking all the things. It's a little bit harder than normal. Probably medium difficulty, I'd say, on that one. So I guess it was just fairly reasonable for something like something as prestigious as what I'm guessing is like the ultimate tool, breaking all the things. The theory behind infusion crafting is simple. Infuse a single object with essentia and the properties of other objects. There are limits, however, but it seems, with the Primordial Pearl, these limits are becoming less and less. As an experiment, you tried infusing the properties of completely different objects into the Pearl with surprising success. The Primal Crusher is the first practical application of this discovery. By combining a shovel of the Earth Mover and a pickaxe of the Core with their void metal counterparts, you created a tool of unrivaled destructive capabilities that has most of the features of its component pieces. The Primal Crusher can mine through earth and stone with equal ease and does so in a 3x3 area, nice. Like the pickaxe of the Core, it occasionally mines native clusters instead of raw ore, so that's cool. It repairs itself over time, has a high enchantability, and serves as a relatively good weapon in a pinch. Unfortunately, it seems purely destructive in nature, and has lost the construction and detection abilities of its parent tool, so you can't use it to like detect ores and stuff, or like build things with the dirt. Okay. So it's got 7.5 attack damage, which is actually better than a diamond sword. A diamond sword is 7. Okay, so it takes a shovel of the earth mover, pick up the core, wood shovel, 2 primal dudes, and of course the primordial pill itself, so the primordial pill is used up in that, and probably this as well. Okay. And the essentia requirements, that's a lot of different essentias, but none of them are particularly hard to get except perhaps Alienis. I guess things like Instrumentum, Perifolio, they're just hard to get, or you have to go out of way to get them. You have to use pickaxes, and I use shovels for my Instrumentum until we get a better way of getting it, like the mana farm. But yeah, that's the recipe for it. Yeah, it's pretty much, it's a great tool apart from the fact that it doesn't metal detect anymore. Or detect. So you basically, the way that I would do it is I'd have to pickaxe of the core. If I'm going to be doing mining, I mean, if I'm going to just be straight up just going out and saying, hey man, it's time to do some mining, then yeah, you obviously need to take the pickaxe of the core with you so that you can detect all the diamonds and stuff in the ground so that it takes less time. But if you're going to be using something like the Primal Crusher, which mines in a 3x3, it's probably going to be most useful for you for just digging in a long straight line, to be honest. I'm motioning with my hand there, but you can't see, but yeah, it's just a shame that it doesn't have that native, that metal detecting ability. Otherwise it would pretty much in my book be perfect. But I guess there needs to be a small downside to using it. I mean, it can't be like overpowered. They'll probably make it too overpowered just to make everything completely obsolete. I can respect that. Okay. So will we make this thing? We probably will have to eventually make it. You guys were actually saying that some of the mods, some of the add-ons here for Thaumcraft actually use the Primordial Pearl as one of the end game things that it has as well. So we're going to need to at least do a little bit more. I get a couple of these guys set up. But okay, how should we finish off the episode here is a good question. I'm thinking maybe getting these things, or maybe what we should do is come back next time. Let me just quickly take a look at the recording time and I'll be right back. And yes, it turns out that we actually have a decent amount of time here on the end of the episode, so let's see if we can try finishing off by making this advanced alchemical construct, because it'll save our Primordial Pearl for the most part. So, okay, we're going to need 8 alchemical constructs. I've already got 4 of these built, by the way. I basically had a couple in reserve, because you need to make them for the thaumatoriums. So, we've got 4 of those. We need to make 4 more, which requires a bunch of Essentia tubes. So, let's get some of those. We need a bit of stone as well. 3 stone. We're also going to need a bunch of valves. I think I've got a few spare valves. No, okay, just the 1. Just the 2. And now I think it's only you get 1 per, or 2 you makes 1, so we need to make 8 of those. I've got 2, so we need 6 more, which is another 6 tubes. And 3, 4, 5, 6. And what was the other thing that it uses? Levers, that's right. How many levers have I got spare? And those are the ones that I use for redstone, so I guess we'll just quickly make some. Have I got any spare cobble? Yeah, not very much. Spare sticks. Yeah, I keep most of my cobble downstairs, because it's naughty all the time. Let's get out a decent amount of this. There we go, just make a heap at once, why not? And let's make... Well, we won't make a heap... Don't turn all that into sticks, let's just get that much. Should be fairly good. Put that all away. And to pretty much turn all that into levers, because what the hell, you might as well get a decent number. Alright, we need 6, I believe. Oh, 1, 2, 3. There we go, so we've got 6 of those now. I guess we'll go ahead and put these in the redstone chest. At least now we've got a decent backlog, so that I can just go in and say, yeah man, I need a couple for that. So that's those guys done. And we need a great wood as well. Okay, let's get 4 great wood. Got tons of great wood, tons of great wood. It's really easy to get. The trees, like you use it less than the trees' time take to grow, so they're pretty easy to get. And 4 void metal. I actually did make a couple more void metal, so I've got some spare. I need all 8 actually that are there to save the spot in the invo. Okay, I need to get some more void metal, obviously. So that's 8 of that, and I've got the capacity to make that. I need 4 times 3 is 12 Essentia tubes just in general to make that as well. Rotate my Nitor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I should have 21. Good math. There we go. And anything else? I think the Vis filter as well. So we're going to need 8 of those guys. Do I have any of those spare? Rotate the Nitor. Oh no. It's been a while since I've had to deal with making those things. I might have a few lying around somewhere, but it's not like I'm hurting on silverwood anyway now. I mean, like, look at that. I'm almost overflowing on silverwood. Rotate my diamond. And we need gold as well for that. We're going to need to make those over here. Yeah, the filters are probably the most expensive thing, though. Once you get silverwood, again, easy to get. I think you get 2 per, though, don't you? Yeah, 2 for... There we go. Very nice. Right, so that should be everything, actually. I think it was like this. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I need to make the other things first. Let's get those in there. Oh, is that not right? What have I done wrong here, game? Let's have a look. Essentia tube, Essentia tube, Essentia tube. Oh, I need great wood in the middle. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry. And that's still not right. Okay. What have I done? Essentia valve. Okay, Essentia tube, great wood. Oh, that's Essentia tube. I could have sworn that was a restricted Essentia tube at one point. Maybe he updated the recipe, I don't know. Alright, let's get those in there then. Well, I guess that's good because those things are pretty expensive. Yeah, so we need 3 more in there and a bunch of valves. We need how many valves? There's 6 valves, right? So I've used up an Essentia tube. I should have just brought an entire stack of Essentia tubes, just be a bit more efficient with it. Alright, there we go. I thought I needed restricteds. What's the recipe? Oh, they need Vis to make, that's right. So I've got to drag everything out of here. Oh dear, here we go. And get those in there. There we go. Make 6 of those. That works. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. 3 great wood. 3 valves and filters. There we go. Boing! And that used up a decent amount of essentially, about 50 of those dudes. Quite a bit. Alright, so let's let those charge up. Now we've got those right there. I'll need the Primordial Pearl, that's right. So if I throw that in there, if I do something like this and then get my void metal, there we go. So that makes 4 of these advanced alchemical constructs. Now hopefully it won't use the Primordial Pearl up, no. Thank you! So that's those guys out of the way. Now what we need to make is the next step. We've got 8 of those. We've got our alchemical furnace already. I need 4 more. Crap. Alright, let's get some more materials. And there we go, we have the ingredients to make 4 more of these things now. Very nice. So that's those guys out of the way. Just thought I'd do that off camera just because I crafted these on camera, so yeah. So we've got those guys. And we need 4 arcane alembics. Now these things take a heap of iron from what, of course. We need 4 of them. So we need even more gold and silver wood. Of course we do. Got to break down another one of my blocks, I guess. Well, I guess, you know, the gold is like, you need to use it for something, so... Let's get that. That's cool. So that's the gold out of the way. And alembics, like, you have a ridiculous requirement for iron. Actually, just go in and bring the whole lot. Why not? And that should be good, I think. Let's just double check that recipe requirement. I'll go over here. The alembic. Yeah, the alembic is made with... Oh, it takes gold as well. Okay. So I'm probably going to want a little bit more gold. Just... There you go. So I can build everything over there. Okay, so let's get started by breaking down all of our iron. So we need 4 of these guys. So we're going to need 4 buckets. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to need a heap of iron as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I need to make the valves first. So put that in there. We need 2 of those. Like that. Yep. Cool. So that's 4 of those. That go up there. And that should be good actually. So 4 there. 4 of these up here. You guys there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 4, 4, 4. 4, 4, 4, 4. 4, 4, 4, 4. Sorry. That should be everything good to go here now. Do I actually have the vis in this wand? I think so, actually. 50, 50, 50. So, Enyi's... yeah, I think I do, actually. So that should be okay. Let's see if we can bust out exactly what this thing is. Is there anything in this hopper and chest? I don't think so. If there is, I probably know. Don't go in there, actually. Probably want to get rid of that first. And we may need to take out one of these arcane alembics. We'll see. Okay, so we need 8 of these guys around our infuser. Man, they look cool. They actually do look really cool. They could be used for decoration if they weren't so dang expensive. As I know. Oh! Okay, that's those dudes. And then what was the layout for this next level here? That was, okay, the advanced alchemical or just the normal ones are right here. So you gotta go bye-bye. I'm gonna put you like that. Okay, that works. And then the alembics on the corners. And they're just gonna connect into something. Okay, that's all those guys plugged in and good to go. This should work. There we go. Hello. Where'd my Alumen tomb disappear to? Holy crap. There we go. Advanced alchemical furnace. And we still have our Primordial Pearl, so that's pretty dang awesome. We'll go ahead and mess around with this thing in the next couple of episodes here. I might have just done a really bad thing. I don't really have the setup for actually supplying this thing with Essentia yet. Let me just quickly get my... Yeah, finish things off by getting my scan Stanitron out, following rule number 1 of Thaumcraft, and seeing what the heck this thing's got in it. Fabrico. Okay, cool, cool. Coolness. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode of Thaumcraft for Addons. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. got a little bit of a taste of what the Primordial Pearl researchers are, and even made one of them, so that's pretty sweet. Hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Thank you very much for watching. Kia kaha, and I'll see you in the next one.